Hi there, my name is Jesse Pohlman. I'm a sci-fi fantasy author from Long Island, New York, and welcome to the 5th episode of Untitled Writing Advice, where we're talking about a tried and true concept. Today, we are talking about the good old-fashioned writing prompt. This may be old hat for some writers, and this is definitely a video geared more towards beginners and intermediates than the advanced writers, but let's start by talking about what a writing prompt is. Helps hit the right button. A writing prompt is a word, topic, or even fully formed concept that is designed to give a writer an idea to write about. The idea is that it overcomes one of the common banes of the writer's mind, which is indecision. See, we have this concept called decision fatigue, where we have so many options in front of us that we can't decide. It's like a chess move, where you're looking at the board and you've got all these different things you can do. You can move your knight here, you can move your bishop there. But you can't decide on what you want to do because there's so many things you could do, and you're always second guessing yourself. What if I do the wrong thing? So you're sitting down, you're getting ready to write, and you're like, hey, I want to write something, but I don't know what that is that I want to write. So you start thinking of things, but you never settle on anything because you don't know what you want to write. So let's look at an example writing prompt. We've talked about this one before on the channel, but we're bringing it back because it's a good one. In our case, our sample writing prompt goes, the Dark Knight just cut down the protagonist's friend while everyone else is in hiding. So you notice right away that this is not a super specific prompt, right? Are these space knights with laser swords? Is the Dark Knight more samurai themed in their appearance and equipment than European themed in their equipment? Is this hard fantasy where there are no superpowers? Did this come after a climactic superpower battle with people jumping off of mountains and cliffs? Is the friend just a casual acquaintance or a childhood best buddy or a romantic interest? Hell, notice how it lacks a beginning, middle, or an end. It just says something happened. Let's talk a little bit about that. And this time we hit the full screen button correctly. I want you to take a minute and just picture it in your head. Picture the Dark Knight killing the protagonist's best friend while everyone else is hiding. It seems like this is a story you've probably heard before somewhere, right? Well, my friend and editor, John Adamus, the link to his website in the doobly-doo, has a couple of sayings, and today I'm introducing one to the channel that I don't think I mentioned before. It came from his boss when he was an editor, and it goes, every sentence is a camera. It's the idea that, like, hey, when you're writing, you're really directing a camera around a room towards a different perspective on different characters and different reactions and different things. If you write a sentence about how the Dark Knight's sword cleaves down through the defenseless best friend, what you choose to focus your words on is what the camera lens is focused on. It's a metaphor. It's a good metaphor. I like this metaphor. And it's relevant to writing prompts because, well, the writing prompt's best utility as a training tool is to help you get used to finding things to put the camera on. It takes out the decision of what am I going to film and puts in the decision of I know what I'm going to film, let me figure out how to do it. One of the hardest things for a writer is to figure out what they want to write. You hear all the time about writers who have 7 works in progress, WIPs, and they start a new one because they have this new idea in this scene that they can't get out of their head, or they have a bunch of different scenes all together that they haven't connected yet, but they really like these scenes with these characters. Writing prompts simplify a lot of that just down to, hey, here's a thing you can write about. There's a whole subreddit full of writing prompts. As my cat decides she wants to come up onto the desk. See, I can write a whole writing prompt about a cat coming up on the desk. What happens when the cat comes up on the desk? She gets pets, right? Yes, she does. She gets a kiss on the head from her dad. She gets 2. Because her dad loves her very much. And she's got her own things going on in her head. Maybe the narrator gives some thoughts on her head. Maybe I'm the protagonist. Maybe she's the protagonist. Maybe you chronicle the adventure of her climbing up the stairs onto the desk. Maybe you chronicle the author who's talking into a microphone and has a cat come up on their desk and has to navigate a cat while they work on a video, right? This is just life, but it's an idea. Anything can be a writing prompt. There's a whole subreddit for writing prompts. Get out there and do some writing prompts. If you're a beginner, this is very helpful because it gets you practicing your skills. If you're intermediate and you just need to get something worked out in your head, you can create your own writing prompts. You can take an idea, distill it into a question, and take that question and turn it into text. You know, it could be something as simple as, what would it be like if the clouds parted in the sky one day? Just, you're filming the sky and all of a sudden the clouds part. What does part mean? That's up to you to decide. What does clouds mean? That's up to you to decide. Are they like, I don't know, cloud names? Maybe this is a chance to look up cloud names if I'm writing this, and I can stop what I'm doing and I can go Google different types of clouds like cumulus nimbus, and there's others that I forgot because it's been a long time since I did a class on science. Anyway, I've gone on long enough. If you enjoyed this little bit of advice, please do hit the like button to allegedly, but not maybe, according to some, help get it to more people. Subscribe to the channel. It's the number one thing you can do right now. Is just subscribe to this channel. I'm going to put out other stuff besides writing advice, but right now I'm just focusing on writing advice because it's easy, it's fun, and sometimes you just need easy, fun stuff. I'm on YouTube as Jesse Pohlman. Blue Sky at jpohlmanwriting.com. My website is, of course, jpohlmanwriting.com. I'm re-releasing some books on. I'm doing what's called going wide, and I'm putting some ebooks out on other platforms, including probably itch.io. So keep an eye out for the first of those coming probably this weekend. It's the 23rd. So this weekend or next weekend, hopefully, I have something in store in terms of a release that I can announce. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. As always on this channel, pieces.